name is Kapula, also known as Nyauist, born in Zimbabwe from a Mozambican father, Malawian mother. Nyau, it's about telling stories. It's about how the Chewa people communicate, send messages from their ancestors. They believe that the moment that you put on a mask as a Nyau, you become a spirit, and it allows you to communicate to the other world. And that's also for me a very interesting space. And so for me, the idea of masking, which the Nyau kind of allowed the Chewa communities to look at things differently. The moment you put on a mask, you become a spirit. So what happens in the spiritual world, it's only the person behind the mask who can experience it and share it with the community. And when I imagine the DJ dub club and how a Nyau can play a character, a role in that space. I mean, just to give a bit of history also in the DJ, like dub, coming from Zimbabwe, we know 1980, we had Bob Marley in Zimbabwe. So the idea of Rasta and Marcus Garvey and storytelling, I learned it through dub music. You know what I mean? So the idea of telling of histories being told in different spaces, like I'm saying, I didn't learn about Garvey at school. I learned about it through dub sound and how also dub presents itself as an experiment of, it's actually how dub was. It's like breaking a genre and starting to take parts in creating another sound. So for me, the whole space of how sound plays a big role, even if you look at in the Nyau concept, there's a lot of drumming and a lot of shakers. It's for me, you can't really separate the dub to the Nyau drumming and so sonic as a way of guide. I see dub as a guide, for the ship, like sound is what guides especially in this conversation of DJ dub, Marcus Garvey, the Black Skyliner conversation, and how even till today there are a lot of ideas about repatriation to it's a big conversation in the Rasta dub space. So, but the virtual reality space also now comes in. That's for me an experiment of looking at, do we really have to repatriate in this Marcus Garvey concept? How do we talk about this story in the present? We talked about the sarcophagus, what it represents, the idea of looking back to look forward. For me, it's always been, you can't talk about the future without talking about the past.